Materials in Blender are a bit of a polarizing topic for me because the materials tab that Blender offers is pretty lacking in my opinion. You can change color, you can change some basic elements, but it doesn't give me some of the settings that I desire out of other 3D software unless I go into the ultra deep and ultra robust node editor, which is quite lovely. So that's why I say it's a polarizing topic. The quick and easy materials tools in Blender just don't give me enough that I want. But then again, the really deep tool just takes so much time to explain. So we're going to dip our toes in materials today. We're going to give you a quick tour through what you can do, changing colors, maybe adding some images, but then we'll get into some deeper tools a little bit later on in other lessons. So here I am in Blender with my base scene. I've got a default cube. And whenever I make a cube or open up Blender, I can see the object properties. Well, materials, which control things like color and shininess of an object, maybe the image or surface image of an object, it's all found down here in the Material Properties tab. Click that and you can see that I do have a base material already applied to my cube. Blender is nice enough to do that for us. I can add others, I can change the name, I can do a lot of things here very quickly. This material chooser or this material stack up here is where all of the different slots of material are going to be found. So I can have multiple per object, we'll get to that in a moment. For now, let's go ahead and just call this, let's say, I'll name it just base material. I know that's not very exciting, but I just wanted to demonstrate that these can be changed so that way you can have better organizational control and awareness of what your materials are. We can duplicate materials, we can quickly delete materials, and that sort of thing from that menu. Let's scroll down. We have a preview. So I know I have a cube here previewing what I'm doing, but I also have one over here that's a sphere form. I can change this to a cube. I can change it to some fibers. I can change it to a cloth, that sort of thing. So I'll keep it as a sphere since I'm looking at it as on a cube over here. So it gives me both views. Next, we see the surface type. This is using principled BSDF. There are some other different rendering types. I'd keep this one by default for now until you have cause or reason to go outside of this one. All right, let's get into some fun stuff. Base color. It does exactly what you might expect. It changes the base color of our cube. However, as you're rolling through the various hues, saturations, and values, you can see that it's not showing up over here in our viewport. Don't be alarmed. We're simply in a viewport shading mode. If we click on viewport shading with materials, that'll actually show us the material preview in our viewport. This is helpful for very quick color shading changes. Like I want this to be pink or blue or good old Maryville red. I can do that quickly using that preview. Now my renders, if I hit F12, a little bit different, right? You see that really dark shadow gets calculated, that sort of thing. So your renders may be a little bit different than what you see in the viewport. Keep that in mind.